Hey, coffee and espresso lovers, Mark here from Whole Latte Love. You know, I go through a lot of coffee and espresso products in a year, and I've got some gift ideas for you. You know, maybe something for yourself or that special espresso or coffee lover in your life. Take a look at a real range here today. These are some of the standouts from this year. I'm going to start over here with what my wife stole from me, Camelbak. I brought one of these homes a couple weeks ago. She immediately took it and will not give it back to me. She loves travel mugs. She's got a bunch of them, but this is what she's using now. So the Camelbak stuff about it, every piece of it is dishwasher safe. It's all stainless steel and powder coated, so really high quality construction. They've got the 12-ounce. This is the camp mug here. So it's got the top with the lid, so you can close it up like that. Then they have the tumblers, 12, 16, and 20 ounces. And I do love, this is the multi-bev. So this is kind of like a 2-in-1 deal. Holds 22 ounces, hot or cold. Gonna keep it hot for hours, cold for even a couple hours more. But what you get in here is 22 ounces in the main section. So up in here, 22 ounces. Then what's really cool about this is it turns in, the bottom's gonna turn into a travel mug. And then up top here, even cooler, is a lid for that. So it's gonna look just like a to-go cup when you take it. So you take that, and then the lid goes right on top, like this. And you've got that to-go mug, 16 ounces right there. Love this stuff, and I'm gonna make my wife give me mine back. Next up, if you like cappuccinos, but you don't have the barista skills, this thing, you know, I usually deal with much higher end espresso machines, but if you like just a really decent cappuccino, the Capreso Easy Select right here, it's about $100. You turn this thing on, you don't have to have skills. You're seeing it in action here. You can use pre-ground coffee like this. I've got this Lavazza Oro that I'm using. Comes pre-grounded espresso sizes. You know, don't use drip coffee in this. But really super simple, does all the frothing for you, and it makes a really nice cappuccino. And it's like $100. I just love this thing. No skill required, and it's going to make a better cappuccino than what you're going to get at pretty much any mass market chain shop. Another Capreso product right next to that you could pair up with this. I've got the Capreso. This is the Infinity Plus bird grinder. This grinder's been around for, I don't know, maybe 10 years at least. With a recent upgrade, now most grinders at this price are going to have a plastic exterior. This version of the Infinity Plus has a die-cast nickel housing. And just turn this on. This is a slower RPM, so it's not going to heat up your beans. It does a really nice job. It's got the settings here so you can dial up how much coffee you want ground. I'll turn that up and just show you what you get out of this. So you can use this for, you could feed it at fine. It's fine enough for this. Or you can use it for your drip coffee. And if you want better coffee, the single most important thing you can do is grind those whole beans fresh every time. You're going to get a really, really much better taste with that. And of course, you're going to want some beans in there. So we came across this. We were doing some taste testing a couple days ago, and my colleague AJ just had his socks knocked off with this Carraro. This is their Globo Rosso. This is a really interesting coffee. It's an Italian bean style blend, so it's, and you're seeing the shot here, it makes buckets of crema. Now, it's a 70% Robusta coffee, which is a really high Robusta percentage, but it has such unique flavor. You know, Robusta coffees used to get a bad rap. They've gotten so much better and are really a really interesting part. If you haven't tried something like this, I do want you to give it a try. It's really good. Now, next up, if you've got a high-end espresso guy or girl in your house, you know, they've got one of those, you know, $1,000, $3,000 machines. They know that distributing and tamping the coffee in a portafilter is incredibly important. If you never want to worry about that, these high-end tools from Bravo are what you want. You know, you want the right tool for the right job. So this, when you distribute and tamp your coffee, you're never even going to have to question that you're being consistent and doing it right, because it does it all for you. So first up, the distribution tool. So this is kind of, all we're going to do is just set this, and I've got some coffee ground here, set this in here, and it does all the work. All I have to do is just spin it clockwise and then spin it counterclockwise. And that's going to make sure that my coffee is well distributed. This is a precision tool, so you don't want to be careful. I've also got the little acrylic stand for it back here, which you can get. Then is the tamper. Now this is a 58 millimeter tamper. It's a precision tool again, so it's actually 58.4, so much more precise than your average tampers, and it's calibrated, so you can set the tamping pressure you want. And again, it's just going to sit on there, so it doesn't matter if you're this way or that way. It does it all for you, and you just press, and that's it. you're done, and you get a perfect level distribution and tamp every single time. Love these. Again, these are not inexpensive tools, but if you want to do it right every single time and you've got that high-end equipment, this is the kind of stuff you should be using. Next up, we have the Gaja Cadorna Prestige. Now, there's two other models of this that are a little less expensive. You know, I've used just about every super automatic. This is a bean to cup super automatic, so you press a button and it's going to make coffee, latte, cappuccino, flat white, cafe au lait. Even does a true Americano, which is becoming very, very popular. I've used just about every one of these bean to cup machines that's come out in the last decade, and the Cadorna Prestige is just by far the best value out there. It's got features and capabilities of machines that cost a whole lot more, and it makes a really excellent cup of coffee. As you can see, one thing to keep in mind if you're looking at a bean to cup machine, again, if you got a Keurig, get rid of that pre-ground plastic that you have to throw away, grind the whole beans fresh. It does have a lot of clearance here, so I could fit like a 16-ounce cup. And a really nice feature on the Prestige, the Cadorna Prestige, is it can do an extra large cappuccino, extra large latte. So if you want to take something to go, you can fit that cup under there to do that. So that's just a few of the products here. Now I have put some cards up there with a lot more detail. Look at some of these products, and of course down in the description there are links to all these products so you can learn more. As always, if you have any questions, use the comments. I'd be more than happy to get you a detailed answer. And if you like coffee and espresso, be sure and subscribe to the channel. I'm Mark. Thanks for watching. I hope you'll come on back soon for more of the best on everything coffee, brought to you by Whole Latte Love.